All right, what's going on, guys? Sorry for this weird view. I'm actually just at the new house, and I don't have my camera. I actually have this little Osmo thing, but I don't want to try it. That's the only thing I got. But what I'm gonna do here, if you guys see the last video, you guys all put a bunch of comments, and thank you. I get to now know what questions you guys have, and pretty much I'm gonna continue. I'm trying to answer as most questions as possible. I'm trying to break them down into videos so that you guys could easily see them, so you don't have to sit through a video. But if you guys have any other questions, I'm gonna keep reading the questions from the last video, but pretty much if you didn't get to comment on that one, ask a question, comment on this one, and I will make a video answering them. So this came from the live stream we were having, but the first thing I'm going to talk about and what I make the video on is Ripple, as well as why Berkshire Hathaway is so much money. You know, that was one of the questions, and why I want to make a video about this, because this is informative for you guys trading anything. If you understand why Berkshire Hathaway is so much money, you know, if you guys aren't familiar, go look up BRK.A, and you know, there's Class A, Class B. The Class B is obviously not worth as much money, but the whole point is, if you could understand, even though it's very fundamental in nature, believe it or not, the whole concept here is float. You know, why is it so expensive? If you understand that part, it will make sense how you could look at assets to trade and how you guys are going to make money off them. And especially with Ripple. And now I have Ripple. I've had Ripple since, go look at my videos and go see when I've posted about Ripple. You guys will see I'm heavily invested in cryptocurrency, and that's part of why I want to make these videos, so that you guys go about it safe. It's the same shit I had with Forex, penny stocks. Like, I want you guys to be safe, and, you know, I've already made my money. Simple as that. And so I'm not bashing it. You know, I just want you guys to go about it safe. And now the thing with Ripple, what people don't realize, and it's the same reason why Berkshire Hathaway is so much money, is the float. So Berkshire Hathaway it's almost $200,000 a share. Why? Because there's a small float. The float is the amount of stocks available to trade, or in any asset, the supply available. You know, Bitcoin has a limited supply. There's a limited supply of gold in the world. You know, there's a limited supply of how many LaFerraris exist, right? That, you would say, how many exist that are available for purchase? That is called the float, my friends. So when you're trading, if there's a low float versus a big float, there's a few different factors and things that are going to happen. One, low float stocks are going to move a lot more. Bitcoin only has 21 million now, or something around there. When you get into the trading world, 20 million of something's not that big. There's 300 million Americans. Think about it. That's not even 10% buying, right? I don't know if it is. You guys do the math. But that's why it goes up so fast. That's why Bitcoin moves a couple $1,000s in a day, a couple $100s, and that's the same reason why I tell you guys to be careful. Because if there's a small float, the price is going to move a lot more. It's going to be more volatile, and there's going to be something called a large spread. And that's the difference between buying and selling. And now with the exchanges, and this is why it relates to the cryptos, because if you're trading a low float asset, you could be losing 1 to 10% on the spread. That's why with penny stocks, people don't realize that. And that's the same thing with Ripple now. At the lower price levels, this dissipates as Ripple goes up in price, because it has a high float. And that's the one thing. Ripple will be good because it has a high float. Good only in the sense that it's not going to be as volatile. That's why it took so long for Ripple to go up. And it's not going to be as crazy. But now, when you talk large float, the limitations, it's not going to move fast. So if you're thinking you're going to become a Bitcoin millionaire or a crypto millionaire off of Ripple, well, can you make a lot of money? Sure. When you start putting in 50,000, 20,000 to make, you know, you could get small percentages off the little, but that's not how you're going to do it. It's going to take a long time. That was my issue with Ripple. If Ripple right now, it hit $1, and I thought that was insane. Obviously, I'm not complaining, but the whole point of that is what? Let me see, okay, making sure I'm recording. But the whole point of it is that the market cap is like $600 billion now. That's crazy. And because you have to say how much of that wealth is real, there's 35 million or 350 million locked in escrow. It's debatable. You have 35 billion owned by the company, and it's not really a real company that has anything yet. Now, I do like it, but I'm saying when you guys are trading, you have to know what you're trading and be careful of it. So that's why Berkshire Hathaway is so much money, low float, and that's why Ripple is safe in some ways, but ultimately, if you're trading it, not really. And again, that's what I'm saying. My whole point with this, I like Ripple, but when you bring in Ripple in the context, what you have to be careful and what you need to consider is simply what? It's a high float. You're not going to make a lot of money. Now, and like I said with the percentage, if it's still in the pennies, you got to think about it. 10 cents on a dollar is 10%. So if you're trading, you know, if the bid is at $1.08 or $1.09, every penny is 1%. Kind of crazy to think about. So you could lose that just by buying or selling, and, you know, even by buying. So you got to think about that. But that's how Ripple relates, and you guys kind of hear my thoughts. I will go more into it now. You guys have to ask specific questions. That's what I said to people. You ask me the specific questions, you'll get it. But that should explain quickly why, you know, Berkshire has a high float, and even how Berkshire and Berkshire and Ripple are related. That's why the good thing about a high float, you know, is it's more stable. However, the things with high floated stocks, since they're kind of safer, they get traded more. Berkshire Hathaway has a low float because there's only 1 million shares. And with it being so high, you have to think, why did they make it like that? It's like Priceline stock, PCLN. It's almost at $2,000 a share because they don't want investors to trade the stock. They want that to be a stock where people hold it. That's why they have a low float, because it's, you know, it's not as easy and liquid to go in and out of. So that's that. I hope you guys like that. I'm trying to keep this one quick and simple. Comment below for the other questions. I'm going to try getting through all these videos again. You know, that's the point. I'm trying to make it short and sweet. Love you guys. Subscribe and give me some better questions. Not saying that was a bad one, but I really enjoyed it. Stay in school.